I'm going to jump into the room now. The amazing and wonderful Cybelle Brown. So Cybelle, I can't get her out of here. There we go. So Cybelle Brown is one of my, again, dear sister friends. She and her family own a glorious resort. If you have followed me for any kind of time, then you know I'm talking about Stonefield Estate Villa Resort in St. Lucia. Hi.
Hi, can you see me? Something's up with the Wi-Fi here.
Oh Lord, not the Wi-Fi.
I know.
Go.
Yay.
Yay.
Okay.
Hi, honey. How are you?
You guys, you and Katrina, you guys have me like woohooing. And of course, it's cocktail hour in St. Lucia, so I poured a cocktail, which doesn't help, you know. I'm like,
girl, are you sitting by my mango tree?
it's close.
Okay. I pulled my computer out just so that I could show you guys my mango tree. So the last time I was in St. Lucia, look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Yep.
Oh, hold on. I got to turn off. I don't want to turn off the ring light and lose my lighting. But that's the Julie mango tree. And it's not named after somebody named Julie. That's the name of the mango that grows there, the Julie mango. And I have petitioned for about 30-something years for it to be called the Kim mango tree. They still working on it.
But what we decided is the villa closest to the tree, we're renaming it to yours. It's going to be yours because it's your favorite villa.
Yes, absolutely.
Woo-hoo.
Hey, girl.
Hi, darling.
So Cybelle and her mom, their family, they are trailblazers and making history this Women's History Month. And again, thank you to my team at Refresh by KF. If you do not already follow us, I'm going to put it in here right now. Refresh by KF. I got to put the little @ sign and boom. And then I got to pin it there because Holly Robinson Pete showed me how to pin a comment.
Awesome. I got to learn how to do all of this.
Right. So during this.
Oh, somebody just came on and they said they're in a villa right now.
Oh,
nice.
Oh,
yeah.
That might be my villa, but have a wonderful time. So guys, during this month, we've been talking about living your golden life, you know, and of course we get inspired by the Jill Scott hit, you know, living life like it's golden and all of that. And so I wanted to certainly bring Cybelle on again for Women's History Month. Cybelle, I didn't feature her in my International Women's Day salute with all of my friends because for some reason I ain't got no pictures. We couldn't find pictures. We couldn't find any pictures.
I know. I
said, Cybelle, do you have a picture of me and you? She sends me the picture of her and Katrina.
Yeah.
that I took.
You know what? When we're together, we don't even think cameras don't even come up. We just we're connecting, we're bonding. So next, when you come for your birthday, we're working on that.
Yes.
You know, we'll have to take some nice pictures.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So first off, congratulations to Stonefield and to you and your mom and the entire Brown family. Because you were recognized in Travel and Leisure, yes?
Yes.
As one of the top 11 resorts in the world that are female owned.
Yes. Yay!
I got some bad pictures as friends.
Yeah. And if you look at our stories, we feature my mom on it. So yeah, she's St. Lucian owner of a top performing resort.
Yes.
So
really
so proud of that.
So congratulations to you guys on that. If you follow Angela Simmons, and I know a lot of you do follow Angela, Angela just did another trip to St. Lucia. I told her, I said, if you go there one more time to where I introduced you to, I'm going to beat you down.
She's coming back. She's coming back.
So she goes all the time. So be sure to check out Angela's stories and post about St. Lucia and specifically Stonefield. So hi, Canada. Of course, Cybelle is also part Canadian.
Yes.
So hello from Canada. So Cybelle, when you think about, you know, with all of your international fabulousness, your Caribbean fabulousness, your your resort owner, and prestigious resort owner fabulousness, when you strip all that away though, and you start dealing with your own living life like it's golden, your own golden life, you know, how does that translate to you?
You know what? I really have learned to follow my instinct and what feels good. And as you know, I worked with Viacom for about 15 years. And when it got to a point where it just didn't feel good anymore, I made the next move in my book of life and made, you know, and I always, for some reason, when I follow my gut, intuition, and my instinct, it works out. I listen to it, and I've gotten better at listening to my instincts. And so I think that I have lived a golden life and continue to, because I do that. And I really try to stay connected with that inner voice. Everyone has different terms for it, whether it's the universe speaking to you or God speaking to you. And if you keep in touch with that, you're going to be fine. The golden life will continue.
Amen and amen.
Yeah.
What for you? And you know, that's a lot of what Katrina and I were talking about, as you saw towards the end of the conversation. That sentiment, like you said, you were in corporate, you were doing so, and I mean, I'm a beast, a bad mofo when it came to her skill set at Viacom and everything. So when that shift happened for you, you know, sometimes we can be afraid.
Oh yeah.
Was that a part of your testimony in your process?
Girl, let me tell you, it was scary. I don't know if, and you know, when you know it's not right for you anymore, but you're afraid to make that jump.
Yeah.
I was fearful of the jump, and it took me at least 6 months to stand on that cliff. And I wouldn't call it a cliff because it wasn't a bad thing, but to stand there and kind of catch myself, catch my breath, get my confidence going to make that big jump. So I really was, and I'm so glad I did. I just followed my gut, like I said, and but it was very frightening. And I will say that for the first 4 months after I made that move, I had quite a bit of anxiety, and I was able to, lucky enough, I was able to process everything with my husband and my family and with myself. And then I got pregnant. And I have a beautiful 5-year-old daughter, and everything just flowed after that. Everything just flowed. And so I know that things get really scary sometimes in life. I'm a strong believer in listening to that inner voice, really, truly listening to that inner voice, because I didn't know where it was a jump to unemployment, by the way. Although, you know, yes, I had a beautiful home in the Caribbean and a family in the Caribbean that had a business, but I wasn't 100% sure if that's what I really wanted to do. And, you know, it worked out. And so now I'm, you know, I do believe I'm living that golden life.
Yes.
Happy life.
Yes. But it's a process, guys. You know, it's a process, and you have to, I shouldn't say you have to, but it's helpful when you recognize certain things, you know, and try to see them coming, so that it doesn't run you over. Just know there are times when you do get completely run over, completely flatline, and how you revive yourself in that moment. Somebody just said, thank you for your transparency there. Someone said, I'm afraid of change at my age, especially my job. So again, fear, and we talked about this on Refresh a couple of months ago. So definitely check out our page and our blogs and our YouTube channel for that conversation. But fear is definitely a part of the process, a healthy part. When it's unhealthy is when you let it control you. Right?
Yeah, definitely. I was fearful because, you know, you're in a career, you're getting that paycheck, And someone once said, a salary is the killer of dreams.
Ooh.
And I do believe that. I really do. The universe takes care of you.
Yes.
I think that if you're good to people, if you do your best, if you do the work, you might not know where your path is leading, but things will work out. They do. I can't explain why it always does, but I do believe in karma as well. And yeah, things work out. So, you know, if you're in your 40s or your 50s, and you always know what the answer is, but sometimes you're afraid to move in that direction.
Yeah.
So I would just say that was what I did. And one of the things when I worked at Viacom and I worked at I loved my job. I loved my job for many, many years. It just got to a point where I just didn't connect with it anymore. And I wanted something different. And so one of the things I did every time, you know, I lived and worked in New York, as you know.
Yeah.
And I would fly to St. Lucia, and I would go straight to the resort sometimes. And I would sit in, and if anybody has been to Stonefield, Kim, you know, you go there, and for some reason, which is why Angela comes every year, there's nothing but nature around you.
Yes.
And God's beauty. That piton in front of you, and the Caribbean Sea.
Yes.
It's just it just hugs you, and it just nurtures you, and there's instant relaxation. And that's literally what I did for many years to handle the stress of everyday life when I lived in New York. And so I made a decision, you know what? I want the rest of America, Canada, the world, stressful executives and women to really be able to appreciate this and enjoy. And so that's what I do now with St. Lucia and with Stonefield, and it feels good. It feels good. It feels right right now.
Yeah. Somebody was asking, you know, if you were, when you were in your corporate life and you know, had like a looking glass to say, okay, in 2 years, I'm gonna, you know, leave this life and this this routine, this check for some people, whatever it is, what would you do? And to me, guys, I feel like she's kind of answered that by saying, hey, like you said, I knew what was in it. It took some time to execute, you know. And women, they're, you know, humanity as a whole, we're pretty much planners, but women in particular most of us are wired in that way. And so when you have that, then it becomes, sometimes you have to be still. Sometimes you have to start looking outside of your norm. Again, like we said with Katrina, you know, being able to come outside of your box and your comfort zone, you know, and that can be definitely very scary. But more often than not, how many times have we heard testimonies or inspirational stories of people saying that was when it unlocked, and then it just went, the trajectory just really took off. And what I'm hearing is, and I ain't trying to plug Stonefield because we have a giveaway to do that in a little while that we're going to tell you about. But if you can't, you know, some people are like, well, I don't have the paper to go to, you know, a Caribbean island or to go to Stonefield every time. Number one, put a little paper aside every time so that you can be that person that can go to a villa in that environment. But in the meantime, you know, find you a staycation, or whatever it is, to be able to clear your mind.
Yes.
You know.
Yes, that was so important for me. And I was a vice president of integrated marketing and worked with ad sales. So we had big numbers every quarter that we had to hit. I mean, it was pretty intense. And so I needed nature, just like all of us did through this pandemic. Through this pandemic. I just couldn't wait. I was in New York in the beginning of it. And I could not wait.
I'm listening. I just got to get my charger right there.
Sure, no problem. I could not wait to take my shoes off and just walk around bare feet and just surround myself with nature.
Yeah.
And so you can do that outside of New York, outside of Chicago, outside of LA. You're right, the staycations, make that time for you.
Yes.
It's really important to have that special place that you can go and think and recharge, and rejuvenate your mind and your body, eat well, sleep well as well, as you know. That's so important.
That's so important. You know, one thing you said, and somebody mentioned it in the comments too, sis. And guys, if you're just now joining us, we're talking about living that golden life. Living life is golden, and what that means to you. And of course, we don't mean just, you know, your paper and your car and your house and all of those, you know, tangible things that for some people can feel more superficial. But you know, how we do this from the inside out is real, and that's what Refresh by KF is certainly about. And so somebody says earthing. That's a wonderful way to put it.
Yes, so I love that too. I saw earthing. That. Yeah.
Yes, honey. Yes.
Yeah.
But being able to recharge, like you said. But what I want to bring up is something you said, and they said in the comments: cleansing. Cleansing. You know, and sometimes, and you guys have seen the videos where. You know, I'll drink a lot of smoothies that are full of fruits and a lot of vegetables, apple cider vinegar and things, water sometimes during a cleanse. What's something very popular now is what do they call intermittent fasting, and just ways to cleanse your body, because we want to be able to, you know, to me, when you talk about living that life like it's golden, and that golden life, and you create that, it ain't handed to you.
Yeah,
it ain't handed to you. You create that.
Absolutely.
And it's different for everybody, but you know, to be able to cleanse your mind and your body. You've heard me talk about that mental palate cleanse. When you are able to have more vegetables and fruits and things of that nature. When you are in that zone, Cybelle, you know, what happens for you in that way? And especially when you got to the end of the transitional process, you know, was it just like, okay, I'm done?
You mean when I decided while I was at Viacom that, okay, I'm done?
Yeah. And then even after, when you transitioned and you actually left New York and moved back to St. Lucia and kind of did your deep dive with your family business with Stonefield Resort.
Yeah.
So, you know, because it's not like the process just ends and you just put your feet up.
No. You know what Katrina said, when, you know, you start playing and you lose matches and it doesn't really bother you as much.
Yeah.
You just know it's time to move on.
Yes.
That's kind of what happened with me. Certain things were happening and I just didn't have that passion and that drive and that fire inside of me for what I was doing at the time. And so I knew that I was ready, and it sometimes you're ready, but you're afraid to make the move, and a particular thing will happen. God, the universe, let me tell you, when you need to move on, if you don't want to move on, God is gonna do something to make you move on. That is for sure.
Yes.
A force, whoever is, whether either you're religious or you're not, but I can assure you that there will be something that will happen, and you're going to say, okay, that's it, I gotta go. So that did happen for me. And when I did, and I literally packed up and moved to St. Lucia, it felt right in my gut. We all know what that feels like when you do something and something just doesn't feel right. No, everything felt right. And everything felt right. And I was surrounded by lots of family and love, and a gorgeous baby girl. But then it was also a new challenge. And for me, it was, Stonefield has been in my heart, and I always say it's my heart. I tell my daughter, you're my heart. Stonefield is a part of that for me. And so I went on a mission and a challenge of rebranding the resort, and sitting with my mom, and the two of us connecting actually and bonding again, sort of rediscovering our relationship. Um, because my dad had passed away, and I was always very close to my father.
Oh yeah.
And I ended up sitting with my mother and talking about how we gonna do this together. And it was great because my mom has her own strengths and I have my own strengths, and we complement each other.
Yes.
We really, really do.
Yes.
And we give each other space to be strong in our own areas, which, you know, there are a lot of family businesses that don't work because of, you know, maybe egos. And what I love about my relationship with my mom is that there's no egos. We do what we do.
Yeah.
And so that was exciting for me, because think about, you know, really preparing something for the world that you love and you know that everyone's gonna love it.
Yes.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
And so it felt good for all these years. It's that sunshine's coming in here too.
Yes, I know.
The
right?
sun's
Some
setting.
shadows on me, you know, and I'm friends with an Emmy Award-winning director of photography who taught me since I was a kid to find my light. So I ain't about to let some blinds come up in here and start acting crazy. So we just gonna do this right here.
Okay,
Yes.
You're looking good. Looks good. Listen, I found my angle here. My husband, I called him because he's in New York, and I said, "Does this look good? Should I be inside? Should I be outside?" Yeah. Anyway, he says this was good.
Outside. No, you look lovely, my sister.
But now the sun's coming for sure. But I'm staying right here.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, when you talk about working with your mom and the family business and everything, and because I've known you, and you all have allowed me to be a part of your family for decades, and
you know you are.
I'm always grateful for being, you know, kind of that extra brown.
Yes, exactly.
And when I drive through the streets of St. Lucia, it's like, is that Kim Fields? Is that one of the brown girls? Yes, it's one of the brown girls. Yes, can I help you? But can you share just a bit more about that? Because in terms of specifically, since we're in Women's Month and everything, and just when you're able to see your mom, and you know, guys, I recognize that there's a lot of you there whose, you know, mom has transitioned, or your grandmother, or the matriarchs in your family, and so, you know, no disrespect, and no only talking to those who this applies to, but I feel like even if you're in a situation where your mom may have transitioned on, even now, that you can still see her in a different way, and embrace what you may have thought may have been a weakness or something you didn't understand. Go ahead, because I don't know where this is going. Oh my gosh, I'm being downloaded into, so just go ahead, go.
Yeah, and unfortunately, for us women and men, I guess, we start to understand our parents later in life, and develop a deeper respect for them, because we're now going through what they were going through, and I had to learn. Even, you know, having a daughter right now, and that's exactly like me.
Yes, she is.
So I know what my mother had to deal with. And she dealt with it in such a kind and loving way. And it created a deep respect I developed for her because of that. And so I ended up working closely with my mom in business in my late 40s, mid to late 40s. So I was so mature at that point and really understood all of what she went through, that I processed things in a more mature, loving, kind, and understanding way. Business decisions, how she handles things, I might not want to move in a certain direction, but I understand her process a lot better now. and I give her space, and I guess I'm just a lot more patient and understanding because I'm going through it right now with my daughter, and I know she went through a lot of that stuff with me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So I guess more generous with patience and understanding a lot more now, and that helps our relationship.
I hear you. I hear you loud and clear, and I
Yeah.
think that that's so relatable and commendable. Someone else mentioned forgiveness, you know, as being a part of that narrative as well, you know. So I
Yes.
appreciate that. So, guys, we're talking with Cybelle Brown. She is live in St. Lucia at Stonefield Villas. Her family has owned her father built this property, and it has been a staple. It is truly one of the crown jewels in St. Lucia's lexicon of gems that it has in terms of, yes, you can say hi. I told you he was going to find a way.
Hi, Quincy.
That's Auntie Cybelle.
Hi.
Hi, sweetie pie.
How are you?
I'm good. I can't wait to see you.
It's been a long time. All right, so see you later.
I know.
See you later.
And then all the Instagram family, say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
All right, thank you. All righty. Yes, I'm almost done. He's like,
somebody just asked the question, what if your parent still sees you as a kid? And I think, again, just what I said about patience and understanding, appreciate the fact that they still kind of want to be your mom or your dad. So it's their way of showing love, and try not to get upset about it, and process it in a positive way is what I would say.
Excellent advice. Excellent advice. So again, we're talking with, and I will tell Quincy that you all said hi. We're talking with Cybelle Brown live in St. Lucia at the glorious Stonefield Estate Villa Resort. One thing I've always loved and really started leaning into, again, as I got older, a little bit, but especially once I really started having a really strong, not only appreciation, but interest in health and wellness lifestyle, and creating and launching Refresh as a health and wellness lifestyle, is the healing properties that St. Lucia has. And I've been to a number of, and I love the Caribbean. I am part Jamaican. I love the Caribbean. Cybelle has sent me, when she was working for Viacom, I produced many specials in the Caribbean for Cybelle. If you really know my career, then you know the 3-part miniseries I did for Royal Caribbean. Only because of Cybelle Brown. So that being said, I know the Caribbean, and yet I go back to St. Lucia is one of the just one of the gems, you know, one of the crown jewels in the lexicon of amazingness, not just for St. Lucia, but but I'm sorry, y'all. Aunt Pat just sent me a text knowing darn good and well I'm live because I just saw her on here. Aunt Pat, I'm talking about, am I eligible to win the trip? No, ma'am. No, ma'am, you are not. I'll just take you next time, since me and you ain't had a trip together in a minute, Aunt Pat, like we used to do when I was a kid. But anyway, St. Lucia just has this here. I mean, just visually, it's stunning. Visually, it's just stunning. And what Cybelle is, I wish you could turn your camera a bit to show us one or both of the pitons.
No, I'm not near the pitons right now.
Oh, okay.
But I can show you some ocean and
yes. Look at that, y'all. That's the Caribbean Sea right there, or Caribbean Sea, however you want to do it. Oh yeah, I know where you're up higher. Yes. Okay, I see, because I see the rooftops of the villas. Oh, and here's the thing, just a little sidebar. Every villa up in that mug got its own pool.
Yes.
I was there when they built some of them.
Yes. So true.
I mean, on the property.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember when the stones went in to
Yep.
create the retaining walls. Okay. I
Yes.
mean,
Woo!
me and
The
Stonefield like this,
retaining
baby.
walls.
But it is so healing. It is
Yes.
so, you do have that sense of just of a cleanse, you know, and you do have that sense of, it is the most mental palate cleansing, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you are in, and we all do, I'm not saying anything about my particular job back then, but if you are have a boss or an environment or a work culture that's talking about cleansing, there is like, cleansing when it comes to nutrition and cleansing your physical body, but cleansing yourself of a toxic environment and toxic people. Stonefield, sorry, but St. Lucia was my go-to for cleansing of all of that,
Yeah. Yeah.
all around you, the pursuit of wealth and power and money. And I was never connected to that. I never really was. I just enjoyed challenges, and I pursued my career because of that. Um, so, in St. Lucia overall, it's a very fertile island. So, I mean, we grow in abundance: turmeric, ginger, lemongrass, all sorts of herbs, fresh fruit, root vegetables. Our menus are filled with all of these great root vegetable bowls.
Yes.
We do smoothies I mean, the resort, but the whole island. I mean, we have avocado, pineapple, coconuts, just mangoes everywhere.
Yeah.
And eating organic in St. Lucia is actually very cheap. Eating organic in New York or Atlanta or wherever, it's expensive.
Yes.
But we're blessed with that here in the Caribbean. And so our restaurants at the resort is all farm to table. So everything is supplied by the resort.
Yes.
It's
even the bread.
Yeah.
And like Oprah would say, I love bread. But even
Yeah.
the bread,
Me too.
because you can go down from Stonefield, walk down the beautiful mountainous trail there, and get to downtown Soufriere.
Yes, that's the other thing.
And I mean, you're right there where the fishermen come in with the daily catch. You're right there where the women with the baked breads and the baskets are. Okay, so before I talk myself into heading over to Atlanta Hartsfield Airport, get on a flight.
Well, we're gonna see you soon.
You are gonna see me very, very soon. So, again, as we are celebrating women who are making history in their own world, in their own village, in their own spheres, you guys certainly have. And so I celebrate you. I honor you. I'm
love you.
Thrilled for you. I love you and your family. I am blessed to be a part of this family. But I said I wanted to expand this relationship. And so with that, Refresh is doing an exclusive giveaway that Cybelle and her family and her team are so generously working with me and Refresh to be able to create this amazing giveaway. Obviously, it will be, as everybody kind of opens up again and travel is 1000% safe again and all of that. And that's very, very soon, guys. I love you, Travel St. Lucia. Thank you. And so we want to tell you about the giveaway. Okay. I'm going to read this because I want to get it right because ain't nobody going to come after me. So first and foremost, guys, of course, following us here at Refresh by KF, okay? That keeps you informed and in the loop. But also our website. I'm kind of biased here, but I have to say we have one of the most beautiful websites I've ever seen. And it's interactive. Yes, the website is refreshbykf.com. Refreshbykf.com. And our website is one of those where it's not just a landing space and to get stuff. It's an experience. That's what I told my team I wanted to create. And so you go to refreshbykf.com, check out the website and our blogs, okay? Subscribe on the site for emails and about the giveaway and more good stuff. And if you haven't already done this, you can also, of course, like and follow us here, and really, just to have a wonderful experience, and let us literally refresh you, mind, body, and spirit. And so that being said, Cybelle and I spoke earlier today, and she went over with me. Thank you, Hazard. I appreciate you putting it up there. And so Cybelle and I went over all the things that are part of this giveaway. Put your seatbelts on, Saints. Go ahead, Cybelle. Tell them what they're going to do.
Okay, so it's a 5-night all-inclusive stay in your private 1-bedroom villa with your own private pool, private entrance, nice big veranda overlooking the Pitons and the Caribbean Sea. And so it's all inclusive, so all meals are included. And in addition to that, we're going to provide you with some wonderful excursions, an experience in our volcano sulfur baths, our mud baths, which is only about 5 minutes away from the resort, a boating experience on the west coast of St. Lucia, and a private picnic on our beach below. So yeah, 5 nights. 5 nights all inclusive.
Yes. Yes. Now here's one of the things that I love too, because I have been privy to the evolution of travel to St. Lucia. Okay, because I came up when you could only go on American Airlines, and you had to stop in Puerto Rico and all it is. And so now you can go direct flights from New York, from Atlanta. Is it one of the Carolinas? Is it Charlotte?
Charlotte, yes, on American Airlines. You might have to connect in Miami, but you can fly direct from Atlanta, from New York, from Miami, Chicago, Boston, depending on the time of the year. And yeah, it's easy to get to St. Lucia. Yes. JetBlue, Delta, and American Airlines.
Exactly. And right now, guys, fares are marvelous. You may recall our last live chat. No, it was the life party. So be sure when you go to Refresh by KF, look for our life party. And we spoke with the travel concierge, Jonna Messam, and so she could assist you with your travel, with your flights. But it's amazing. It's accessible, And so when you put it in this perspective, healing is accessible.
Yeah.
Mental palate cleansing is accessible. Recharging, relaxing, regrouping is accessible. These things, your mind, your body, your spirit, that's not a luxury to take care of it anymore. That's a necessity, boo-boo. That's a necessity. So thank you so much to you, Cybelle, and to Stonefield.
Oh, you're welcome.
For working with me and helping to create this wonderful. Katrina just sent a text. Have you and I recovered from her closing comment? No, we have not, ma'am. And we will say hi to him, ma'am.
Oh, shoot. Yes. I don't think I came on when she said that. Oh, Lord.
Yes,
I have to go find him, Katrina. I have to go find him.
Yes. But thank you so much for your transparency today, sis. And kiss Mom for me. Tell her I can't wait to come down and get my cocoa tea. I just on the story later today, guys, both on Refresh and on my personal page, on our stories, we will repost Cybelle's and Stonefield's story and post about them being cited as one of the top 11 prestigious female-owned resorts in the world. We salute her mom, who's just she's just. I love you, Mom. Somebody said, who was the travel agent? The travel concierge, her name is Jonna Messam. We will also have that info. It's also available
Yeah.
again on refreshbykf.com in our travel space there. And she'll also be doing some blogs about traveling as well. Oh, this is great.
And
From
we will,
Kingston, Jamaica, big ups to St. Lucia. That's
awesome.
You know,
awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
One Caribbean. I always loved when
Yeah.
that was the tagline, so to speak, for the
Yeah.
region. You know, because you've got all of these different voices, and sometimes yes, different agendas and things, but it's still a region, and it's still its own, you know, haven, if you will. So that's really awesome.
And then we'll send the instructions. Well, you and I will post in order to win the trip.
Yes.
You have to follow Kim and you have to follow Stonefield. And we'll be choosing the winner in April, I think around the 18th.
Yes, exactly.
So
I'm sure
April.
Kira will put it on here.
We'll post it
when all that happens. And just keep checking back in for all the information on how you enter, how you can win this wonderful trip. That's just, it's going to be a game changer. When I first went to St. Lucia, it was a game changer. And I haven't looked back since.
And it would be really cool, actually, based on what we just discussed, to hear from the winner and their experience after they visit.
Yes.
Because I really think that no matter whatever you're going through in life, that the energy at this location, at this property, will be cleansing for you and rejuvenating for you and very relaxing. It'll be good.
Absolutely. I love you, sis. Thank you so much.
I love you too.
Kiss the family for me.
I will.
All right, girl.
I will. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. So that was Katrina and then Cybelle at Stonefield. So yes. Once again, I hope that you enjoyed the conversation. Once again, I hope that you enjoy who we're sharing as well as what they're sharing. That's really important to me because as we are handpicking the people to, you know, bring to you and to refresh you so that you can refresh yourselves and others. So thank you so much again to Katrina and to Cybelle and Stonefield. Thank you guys. Thank you to my team at Refresh by KF. Again, be sure to follow us and like us at Refresh by KF, and definitely subscribe on the website, refreshbykf.com. We also have our YouTube channel that you can subscribe to see all of the conversations, and just again, doing whatever we can, however we can, using all the tools that we all have with now to be able to refresh our mind, our body, and our spirit. I made a little history last week, and I took the day off. It almost killed me not to have one of our conversations that we've had every third and fourth Saturday of the month. But I definitely knew, as we've been saying, when you just know you got to take a minute. So I hope that you had a good weekend last weekend. And this was definitely worth the wait. So here again is Katrina's book. I'm sorry that it's backwards, but Own the Arena by Katrina Adams. And of course, you can follow Katrina at I'm going to say Cat Adams. That ain't it. That's our name for her. But at Katrina Adams 68 is hers. And then Stonefield, you definitely saw their handle, and you'll be able to follow them too, and just see the beauty. And you know, we also are partnering with Stonefield to create some more content that you can refresh with and buy until you get your tail there in person. All right. Have a good one, guys. Mark your calendars, May 12th, not only my birthday, but it is the drop date for The Upshaws on Netflix. Yes, my new series. My new series that I'm starring in on Netflix with Mike Epps and Wanda Sykes. The Upshaws drops May 12th. We are having the most amazing, phenomenal birthday watch party that you could ever imagine. So have a great one. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Have a great one.